Hey everyone, it's Jack here, Talk Norwich City. I hope you're all doing very well indeed. There's a heat wave in the UK at the moment. As you can tell, I've got my summer shirt on, I'm feeling good, the sun's shining, and it may well be because Norwich City have finally announced the signing of Gabriel Sara from São Paulo, becoming our club record signing. Yes, you heard that right, Norwich may well be in the Championship, but it hasn't put us off signing players for fairly large sums of cash. You know what also excites me? OneFootball. You can download the app free. The link is in the description. It is the go-to app for me for all things football. I've obviously followed Norwich City on there. It keeps me up to date with everything going on with Norwich. It also keeps me up to date with everything in football in general. Norwich City are, of course, playing Marseille tonight. That's Saturday, if you're watching after I've released this. It's got all of the info on that. You can vote on who you think will win. Nearly 7,000 people have voted. I'll, of course, vote for a Norwich City win. It's got all of the latest news, and you can also stream games on OneFootball now. It's completely free. You guys love it. They've been really kind supporters of the channel for a long while now, so why not head over there? Links in the description. Gabriel Sara then, we spoke about him last week, the rumours were there, it's clearly been something that's been in the works for a long time for Norwich City. They finally got it over the line. I was reading a brilliant piece from Michael Bailey on The Athletic. Everyone knows who Michael Bailey is, but it's worth saying again, he is the creme de la creme of Norwich City journalists, and his piece on Gabriel Sara on The Athletic was absolutely brilliant, well worth a read if you haven't already seen it. Now, it was being reported, wasn't it, that this deal, was it going to be a loan deal? Is it going to be a permanent deal? It's ended up being a permanent deal for Gabriel Sara. Michael Bailey's reporting that it's £11 million with £2 million of potential add-ons, performance-related type things. That's fairly routine now in modern football. It seems as if Norwich wanted it to be a loan deal, and if they got promoted, it would then be made permanent. Now, there's going to be a theme throughout this video, I think, and I'm ever so slightly nervous. I'm excited. I'm really excited. Maybe it's age just slightly wearing me down. And I've seen some of these transfers that feel so good at the surface level. And then you start doubting yourself and you start thinking about the possibilities of bad things happening. And the fact that Norwich wanted to kind of take the risk out of this, I get. The fact that he's been injured, and we'll get onto that shortly. The fact that it's big money, it feels as if Norwich were kind of pressured into this being permanent from the off. There's also things to do with São Paulo's financial situation. They needed to get rid of Gabriel Sara to finance certain things at their football club. So he comes in on big money. He comes in on big wages. He's a young player. He's, of course, got superb pedigree. He's played in the Copa Libertadores, the Copa Sudamericana, I think I got that right, which is the South American equivalent of the Champions League and the Europa League. He's played a fairly large sum of games for São Paulo, considering he's still only 23 years of age. And having watched bits and bobs and having read Michael's scouting analysis, this is clearly a man with talent. What also pleases me hugely is Norwich were in the market for a number 6 and a number 8. And at the time of recording on the 16th of July, we've only got 2 weeks left until the start of the season. But Norwich have filled the 2 roles in which were most important to me. I've had loads of people, chat to me over the last few weeks and asking me, how do you think Norwich have done in the transfer window? What's it been like so far? And my response has been, it's been quieter than I thought. I thought there would be a significant amount of outgoings, and that could still happen. I thought there would have been more by this stage in particular. And big name outgoings as well. The likes of Milo Rashica, Todd Cantwell, Max Aarons, possibly a Josh Sargent, a Christos Jolis. But seemingly they are still here, and they're also being included in pre-season games, which shows to me, one, there's either no interest, or there is interest, but the price is wrong, or Dean Smith simply wants them in his plans. I think that there is always a benefit of having low turnover. It means you haven't got to start from scratch again. They've worked under Dean Smith before. A lot of these players have played in the Championship before, which is promising. Gabriel Sara, of course, hasn't played in the Championship before, nor has he played football for fairly significant period of time. He's been unlucky with injuries over the past couple of seasons. He underwent surgery in March, April this year. Hasn't played since then. They're expecting a return to the pitch in a couple of weeks' time, the start of August, which probably means he's not going to be featuring in the first couple of championship games. And to go from a division in Brazil, which even the Brazilians say is slower and less physical than the English game. I know that's a cliche, but it is true. There is going to be an amount of time it takes to settle and adapt physically. If you're a player that hasn't played for a while and is injured, that creates slight concern in my mind. It's going to take a while for Gabriel Sara to come up to scratch. It's also worth noting here that Norwich have had 2 scouts operating in South America, and one has been based in São Paulo, hence why we've signed a Brazilian. Gabriel Sara becomes the first Brazilian player for Norwich City in our history, and this feels like kind of a new era. It also feels like Stuart Webber throwing everything on red and hoping that this works. It's a lot of money. It's probably our whole summer transfer budget gone on one player. It's an important role to fill, and I think there will be people at Norwich City Football Club who looked at our last championship winning campaign and saw the impact of Oliver Skipp, and they're just desperately trying to find someone who, one, can fit in that kind of role, do the defensive duties well, do the dirty work well, but also have the flair of an Emi Buendia going forwards. And it seems as if Gabriel Sara has the ability to do both. Now, there's a lot of moving elements here that will hopefully click and make Gabriel Sara a really exciting signing. But of course, it could go wrong. It looks as if he's strong in the air. It looks as if he's happy in a tackle from the bits I've read, the bits I've seen. The worry here, and maybe I've got kind of Christos Jolis syndrome of like highly anticipated, big talk, Europe's next big thing in Christos Jolis, and it never quite worked out there. I'm seeing things, I think it was in Michael Bailey's article, that's saying some people at the club are thinking that this could be the next Emi Buendia. Well, that's big talk. That's big talk for a man who's coming in. He's never played in England. He's probably never been to England. His native tongue isn't commonly spoken in the dressing room. There's a lot for Gabriel Sara to adjust to here, and hopefully he does that really well. So what are the concerns? Well, it's high risk. It's a man coming into the Championship that hasn't played football here before. The fact that there had been bids for Gabriel Sara last summer that got rejected for lower sums of cash. The fact that we originally wanted Sara on a loan deal, it was made permanent, probably because São Paulo needed the cash. They weren't willing to let him go if the money wasn't thrown up front. Norwich have thrown a lot at this, and there will be pressure on him to hit the ground running. I hope that there is a patience around Sara. There's still unhealed trauma from Sargent and Rashica and Jolis and Norman. Big money signings that haven't quite worked. Maybe it will be easier for him to adapt in the Championship. You've got more games, you've got more opportunity to make mistakes in a more comfortable setting, and you've got a slightly easier opposition. Look, this is exciting. Don't let me put you off. This is incredibly exciting. He's going to look glorious in that new kit. He's going to bring something that we haven't seen before. I'm just not going to let myself get carried away. You wait though. If he scores in one of the opening games, if he's back fit and scores and knee slides in front of the Barclay, I'm getting carried away at that point. But I've just got Jolis nagging away in my mind going, Jack, don't do it this time. You've been burnt before. Don't get burnt again. We'll see. Look, it's exciting, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on Gabriel Sara. Let me know down in the comment section below, and let's have a chat. Let's see what's going on. And yeah, really looking forward to the start of the new season now. Stay safe, enjoy the sun, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye-bye.